Hello and welcome to another review from Colour with Claire. Today I'm reviewing the latest edition of the Colouring Heaven magazine. This is Fairies and Friends. This is for July 2018 and it includes 40 designs by artist Meredith Dillman, who we'll find out a bit more about in just a moment. So as for the book itself, as always, we have this gold foiled title, so it's really nice and shiny, but the rest of the cover is completely matte and it's able to be coloured if you wish with pencils or markers or whatever you want. It's all monochrome, ready for you to colour. And on Colouring Heaven's Facebook page, they often run a cover colouring competition, so head on over to their Facebook if you want to join in. Now when we open up, we have the usual standard format on the inside cover. There's a little bit about the artist, we've got Colouring Heaven's information and copyrights, and then we've got the handy colour combination chart for you to swatch some colours onto. So a bit more about Meredith. She is a US artist known for her colourful watercolours which blend Art Nouveau, fantasy and Asian influences. She enjoys painting fairies, woodland creatures and other fantasy and medieval themes. She's been drawing all of this since childhood and she's inspired by pre-Raphaelite artists, Japanese comics and turn-of-the-century book illustration. She's the author and illustrator of the books Watercolour Made Easy and Fantasy Fashion Art Studio, and then we have all of her social links there as well. So I think I could actually tell from the front cover that this was not only just a standard Fairies issue, it definitely has that touch of Art Nouveau to it. And you'll see as we go through the actual images in the book that it isn't just standard Fairies, it does have a lot of filigree and that kind of wrought iron, very decorative look to it as well. Just look at this frame here, very, very Art Nouveau inspired. And as well with the clothes that the fairies are wearing, again, Art Nouveau inspired dress, lots of drapery, lots of fabric, lots of folds. So if you are a fan of Art Nouveau and you love fairies, this is the perfect mashup for you. Now, also mentioned was that Asian influence and the Japanese comics. And again, you do see that kind of influence throughout the book, such as this page. This is a perfect page to illustrate that point. We have the spirit of the ginkgo. So as usual with Colouring Heaven, as you turn the page, there will be a title, which is for the facing page. So this one here is called Purple Moon. And this is the one that I've been working on. I've not quite finished it yet. I need to finish off the dress and maybe do a couple of background elements on it. But this is called Sakura Breeze, again bringing in that Asian influence. And I coloured this with Prismacolors. And I find it really, really difficult to do black hair. I really want it to look shiny and smooth and glossy, but it always just turns out a bit one-dimensional. I've added loads of white pencil on the top and tried to create a shine, but it's not really worked out. But I am happy with the skin. This is my bog standard skin tone. I use a lot of lavender in the skin tone, just in case you're wondering how to balance off the red, because I know that a lot of people use a lot of red in skin tones, especially brown reds like your henna colours, but you need to balance that off with some purples and some lilacs. So yeah, just in case you're wondering. But yes, I do. I love this one. I love Sakura Blossoms anyway, and I'm really excited about finishing that one off. So here again, we have another sort of Oriental inspired illustration. This is called Kitsune Glen. And this one is very much Art Nouveau. You know, you can just tell with the way that the fabric hangs and the decorative pieces. And this one is set inside a sphere. I do love spherical images, as you all know by now. Again, another very Art Nouveau inspired piece with this kind of bookmark length strip rather than an entire page full of illustration. So I think that this book will actually reach out to a lot of different colourists. You've got your fairies, you've got your Art Nouveau, and you've got your sort of not quite anime, but definitely Oriental inspired illustrations. So this one here even would speak to people who like steampunk, I think. We've got the pocket watch, we've got some quite metallic, industrial looking corset here, and you know, it's beautiful, beautiful. There's lots of different themes inside this book, even outside of the three main themes that it's sort of supposed to stick to. And it's one of those books where you have to sort of look at the illustration very closely and probably more than once to pick up on all the little details that have been added in. So this one's stunning. We've got some Victorian dress with the hair scraped back and the bobby pins and some lovely lace wings. And these look like they've been made out of scissors that have been separated. Absolutely stunning. As I say, you have to look at these illustrations more than once to really appreciate all of the little bits and bobs that have gone into it. But if we're just going from a basic point of view, I would say definite practice for skin and hair. Again, practice for translucent wings, glittery wings, things like that. And you know, these are really inexpensive magazines. This one's £4.99. You know, it's under £5, and it's excellent quality paper. It's 40 illustrations for you to practice on. So maybe you've got a book full of fairies, but you spent quite a lot of money on the book and you don't want to ruin it, because I know a lot of colourists worry about starting books because they just don't want to ruin it. Buying Colouring Heaven really just gives you a bit of a sampler and a taste of different themes that you can practice to finally take over to your other, you know, more expensive books that you've maybe been saving. So as you can see, lots and lots of different incorporated elements. We've got trees and forests. Here we've got like a fire dragon around this lady. Some of them have these ornate Art Nouveau frames, some of them don't. This one's beautiful. We have again another sort of Art Nouveau strip. This is called the Little Blue Diadem. And finally, Ivy Goddess. So I know that there are an awful lot of colourists who absolutely love fairies and love colouring fairies. There's a lot of artists that do fairy illustrations pretty much purely on its own, like Selena Fenwick, for example. So I know that this one's going to be a big hit. Of course, you can buy this from your UK supermarkets, pretty much all of them, and your good local newsagents as well. As I said, £4.99. You can also buy it online if you can't find it in the shops. And if you do live further afield, anywhere in the world, you can also get your hands on a copy online as well. Now, Colouring Heaven do a subscription program so that you can pay a 6-monthly or a yearly fee and get this sent out to your doorstep every single month. So you don't have to go out and find it. You don't have to wait an age to order it from overseas. You can get it on the day of release on your doorstep. So I will be leaving all of those links in the description as usual. I would love to know what you think about the book. If you've watched any of my Colouring Heaven reviews, you'll already know that the paper is really nice quality. It's quite thick and it's bright white, and it doesn't have too much of a rough tooth, so you're not forever burnishing and blending on it, which is really, really handy. So thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and click the thumbs up on this video, and I will see you next time on Colour with Claire.